Okay. Are we on? This is gonna take some time because, things are loading while I'm trying to do this. Okay, hi. Let me get chat here. Cause before we begin, I have to do like some talks with you guys before we can begin playing what I made. All right. Here. Okay. Hello stream. Hello, UltraniumLIVE fans. We are live, and we will be playing the visual novel in my own visual novel game live this year. Smiley. That's just it. Okay, sorry about the mouse. Hold on, let me change the properties so it doesn't capture my mouse. Good. Okay, there we go. Alright, so yeah, here we are. With a message. Let me pin this so that I don't forget. Okay. Now, where were we? Alright, so on today's live stream, I will be doing something very special for my channel. So since everyone has been always excited for me to play my very own original visual novel that I just made by myself. Yes, by myself, using novelty. Yes, for the very first time ever, I finally made something original that is not RPG Maker, but something else. Now, before anyone has heard, if you don't know what novelty is, well, let me explain. No one has heard of it, but it's a very small and very underrated visual novel engine for making visual novel games. I downloaded it on my computer back in like 2023 at the time, and I happen to remember how this thing works, but I didn't know how to use it at the time. Because before I don't know what it is, and I don't know how to use it. But there were tutorial videos. I looked for tutorial videos, and all the tutorial videos for it are in Spanish, so I'm gonna have to learn from someone who speaks in a foreign language to do all this. So I have to do exactly that. However, I did figure it out how to try this new thing, so now that I have novelty and everything, I'm starting to learn how to use it this time. It sucks that this thing is so underrated. Like, no one even knows what novelty is. But now, on my YouTube channel on this day, I'm finally making something original, and you guys are going to be seeing what I made. So now that, since I showed it to you last stream, I will begin to show you the entire game by playing it, and I'll show you the roots of how this game works. Now, the thing is, it's a visual novel. It follows like you are following a path of a character's direction, which means you have to like go through every moment of what the character's saying and stuff. It's kind of like reading a book. That's kind of what the visual novels are. It's like reading a book, but instead it's on your computer. Kind of like that. That's exactly what a visual novel is. It's like reading an entire book. I remember vaguely that every visual novel game kind of becomes animes. Like, for example, Higurashi. If you don't remember that game, it was a visual novel game that came out back in the 2000s, and then Higurashi then got an anime adaptation in the mid 2000s, in 2006, where the visual novel would then become popular, and then it gets like an anime adaptation, and it was so good and terrifying to watch. In general, I gotta admit, I know nothing about the Higurashi franchise, but what I know is the clips are really terrifying. Like, of course, it's a very terrifying anime, and highly don't recommend watching. But if you don't like those scary themes that the anime would include. Heck, even it makes sense makes sense in the visual novel. But I am playing my own visual novel game. I'm not playing theirs. But let that be known, because I mean I already played a visual novel game before, so and it got me inspired to make my own. Now, before we begin, I would like to talk about some stuff before I begin. So before I begin playing my visual novel game I made, I will talk about something that you guys need to hear. I have very bad news, and it happened to someone who I'm friends with. Her name is Sydney, by the way. Now, I talked about her in my community post today about it, because what happened to Sydney was very bad, and I'll explain. Her account got hacked, but I don't know who hacked her, because my theory is it's unknown likely. What I do remember is what happened to her was like her account got compromised by someone who has like the Mr. Beast virus. If you don't know what that is, it's the infamous Mr. Beast virus thing that every game has. If you don't know, it's like those cookie stealing machines. Basically, they steal your cookies, and the person who took the cookies are some other people who have Mr. Beast's crypto money. I'm gonna admit it, it's a crypto scam. And they got hacked by some sort of bootleg game they download. I'm pretty sure it's UltraniumLIVE Living the Dream bootleg, because accordingly, do not download any ROMs for that game, because there are fake ROMs out there and they could take your account. Seriously, don't download any of these fake UltraniumLIVE games. Seriously. I am very aware of some people who have been tricked by a very malicious malware, so be careful. Seriously, it's best to avoid anything that you download on your PC. Like, just delete. Sorry, it's a little flicker on my screen. Okay. Yeah. So, like I said, do not download anything that they say looks legit to you, even though it's not legitimate. Like, seriously, just don't download the UltraniumLIVE Living the Dream. Seriously, don't download the fake ones. If you want to get the real game, just buy it from I guess you have to just buy it from a website, like eBay, or like what I did when I was gonna get my game. I got my full version from Walmart when it was on sale. The digital pack is what I got. I didn't got like the reason I got the digital one is just to make it faster, I guess, so I can have the game with me, and that's it. Oh yeah, and I still have the game, so I'm playing it while before I stream. But nowadays it's finally time we begin playing the game that I'm going to show you in the stream, and it's going to be an awesome yet original. Take note that this game is not very known, because I worked on it myself, but it's not going to get any views because I don't think anyone cares what it is. But if you want to play it yourself, well, the link is in my YouTube short. There is that, but I can send the link to here if you want to, but I don't feel like it, because I'm not interested in sending my fans over to it yet. Not unless I link my itch.io page to you, so you can follow me on itch.io and download any of my games I made. The Entity is there too if you want to play that too, but that's for another time, because the Entity is a pretty short game with nothing cool in it. So that's why I'm making a better one with everything cool. And you know what? That's just everything I got to say for that one. Alright, okay, stop talking. Now let's get to the game. Viewer warnings. Before we begin, I will give you trigger warnings before we start, okay? So, trigger warning. This game contains mentions of death. Mentions of death being the death of Gavin, basically. You know, what happened with Gavin is he died from... I can't say the word on YouTube, but what happened was he died from something like I'm gonna have to say, in Japanese, it's what's the Japanese saying for this word that I can say? In Japanese, they say it differently, so I could try something else. But but maybe I should use the is what I found from the game I played, which was, you guessed it, it was, yeah, when I was playing Course Party and saw the scene with what happened to Seiko, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, they didn't have to go that. They did really try to scare people with that. It was insanely dark. Heck, if you haven't played Course Party Blood Covered, recommend it as well, because it's a really good game too. It's scary, but also there are trigger warnings there too, so do give those a read before you play too as well, just so you know. Yeah, but anyways, with that out of the way. Oh, okay. Oh, and another trigger warning. This game also doesn't just contain mentions of death, but it also contains jump scares, cartoonish blood, not realistic, but can be pretty heavy, but not too heavy, just a little. Well, there could be some bloody moments in some moments, but I don't know when. I'll add some if I am interested to try to get people to spook people with what I can do. I mean, every horror game included like mentions of death and blood and somehow flashing lights. But my visual novel doesn't have the ability to, because I can't make flashing light effects in visual novels. Only in games like, I don't know, Roblox games that I know, but I don't know. Gotta learn those techniques. Okay. And lastly, to those people out there, this game is for a mature audience, so it's not made for kids. This is made for people above the age of, I believe, people above the age of 13. No, just kidding. It is made for people at the age of 13 if you're interested, but if you can handle those fiends, that's fine. But look, there's nothing weird. At least there's nothing weird in it, so just letting you know, the game I made has nothing weird in it, because the game is basically family friendly, but even if there's anything scary in it, that doesn't, only some scary things are in the game, but there isn't anything weird, so it's safe to play, but it also is pretty dark, a little, so yeah, viewer discretion is advised. So yeah, there's your warning. Now, with that in mind, before we now, if I'm gonna have to start this game, let me talk for a bit. There is a lot of people out there who don't know what a visual novel is, but I'll tell you, because, like I said, a visual novel is like reading a book, but except you have, except it's interactive and you're able to point and click for every option. Like, if your character is telling you options, you pick the option. If you pick the correct option, you get something good out of it. If you pick the wrong option, you get a bad ending, I guess, or worse. Now I reference this. Now I know this is kind of reference to Course Party's option system. The way they, if you pick the right option, you get a good ending, but if you pick the wrong option, you get the wrong end. Now, I like the idea that Course Party come up with this thing, and I was like, I'm gonna have to do something like this too if I can do it right. Now, and if I'm gonna say this correctly, I don't know if you guys know what the title is basically saying, but let me explain. TWTR, The World That's Red, is a fan game for the Gavilan lore, made as like an extension for it. But inside of the visual novel, you get to see my version of Gavin's story and my version of the Noble City lore. So it's both of these you're going to experience first. And then afterwards, you get to see what I was planning on adding in the future, put into this game. So you get to know the rest of the story. Now, this is so you're only going to be playing chapter 1. That's the only chapter available in the demo. So the full game, and with all the chapters unlocked, will be available for the month being October. So please keep that in mind. Release date is October 16th, 2026. Thank you. The full game will be out by October, so I'll let you know when it's out. And well, that is, well, alright, okay, that's enough talking. Let's get into the game. 3, 2, 1, begin. Oh, sorry, the music's a little laggy. Okay, here we are at The World That's Red. Visual Novel Edition. Okay, this game is... This took me time to make, but... Like I said, warning is over there. But if you want me to tell you what happened, I can tell you. But I can't show you because... It is pretty... There's like a little bit of disturbing stuff that happened in the game. But don't worry, not too many stuff is disturbing. There's like a little bit. But hey, to keep that in mind, I referenced this from Roblox's iconic Gavin lore fame. So, yeah. Let me shorten my character so that you can see the game perfectly better than... there you go. Unless the bottom layer is not broken. Okay. Well, let's get to the game. Okay, so this is the only available chapter, so I'm gonna be voicing over the whole game. Now, okay, just take a deep breath and let's go. Question mark, question mark, question mark. This is the narrator of the game. Now, let that be known. Okay, we begin. I'm gonna have to use my voice acting techniques. I am gonna voice over the characters, because why not? This is how the game is for me. So I'm voicing over everything in this game since there's no voice acting. I am working on hiring getting my VA team to voice the characters because, well, I still have a VA team for the World That's Red game, so there's a chance that I'll bring them, aim them for this one too. So yeah, okay, let's go. This is a story about a boy who is searching for a soul, who has passed away since 2013. Well, that's a good start. Well, I did make the intro this way. Oh, my mom came back. Sorry about her. Okay. Okay, continue. In 2014, our heroine, Noah, is set on an adventure to investigate the normal world, to find horrifying information about a ghost and an entity. Ooh, sorry, that's my... sorry. Okay. Whew. Something's wrong with the KBPS right now. It's going down a little. Ugh, blame the system, I guess, because every time I play a game, sometimes YouTube will do that to me. Like, it'll cut off my data. And sometimes it will come back, but that's just YouTube. It's best if I guess I should just leave it open so that it doesn't do that again. Okay, keep going. The normal city. Now, if you don't know what this is, this is the game that you're gonna see. So, anyways, let's continue. The normal city sure is a nice town with very nice people. But I can't let that distract me. I have to investigate if there is an entity lurking in the shadows of this world. This is our main protagonist, by the way. Now, sometimes the main protagonist of the game is us, but in The World That's Red, the main protagonist is Noah himself. Now, remember in the No ARG, he was the character that will investigate the Gavin lore? That's him. That's the guy. Okay, continue. Our adventure begins in the normal city, where Noah will investigate in it to find the horrors that lie. That's the fade. Okay. There are 2 graves here, one belonging to Gavin, and another belonging to a dead dog named Chloe. Chloe? Now, that's an interesting information, because I'm pretty sure some content creators thought Chloe is... they thought Chloe is a human being. But when you play the Noble City and look into the files, or either you hit it with a rocket launcher, it says a message of like dead dog of some sort. So it's basically someone's dog. So that's what Chloe is. But Gavin, that's the most important gravestone here. But Gavin's gravestone is the most important one to look into. This is terrifying. Why were there 2 gravestones placed? Oh, sorry, there's a lot of noises. Can you stop with the noises of the staircases? Oh my gosh. It's ruining my vibe. Hello? It makes a lot of sense to me. It is ruining my vibe if I'm hearing too much noise. Like, I'm trying to speak with my microphone, but the microphone always handles the sound of staircases and parents talking. It's annoying. Why can't my microphone be different? Jeez. Anyways, let's continue. Gavin, day of appearance, 7/16/2014. Died in 7/18/2014. This is information that every player has ever investigated. When you look at Gavin's gravestone, you see the date and death. But date is... But when I say... But it's not meaning date of birth, because Gavin isn't a human, nor is he a real person. He's probably just a fictional character created by a person. Yes, he appeared in the world. And probably he could be I'm pretty sure you don't know how old he is, because I tried to think of what his age could be, but I don't think the creator has ever said anything confirming about how old Gavin could be. He could be old, probably old enough. But some people would theorize he's a kid, which again, no, Gavin is not a kid. He is very mature. He talks. He's probably one of us. He's probably an adult. Or probably he's a teenager. It could be one of these, but I think he's an adult from what I'm saying. But the voice acting for Gavin was done by a teenager in the past, before he was older enough nowadays. So gotta admit, Gavin's voice is different back in the start of the normal elevator at the time was different back in the day, and you know. But when I played the game and know about the lore, it was like this. But yeah. Okay, continue. Gavin died in 7/18/2014. Reasons of death? I cannot say it on YouTube. So I'm just gonna refer the word to as Hund for now. Being Hund? But I can't say the actual word due to YouTube's moderation, so here's the character saying it, but I'm not saying it because I'm gonna avoid trying to get oofed. So I'm doing my best. Okay. Hello, welcome to the stream, Blue. I'm Blue Wango. I hope I say your name right. Okay, continue. Oh my god. Why must it be that an innocent human... I'm making sure my stream data... Stop closing my data! I hate my KBS so much. I hate it for everything it does. For killing my stream. Ridding it. Something is really wrong with the KBS. Sorry. Why must it be that an innocent human took their own life? The hard truth is, after Gavin died, nobody knew where he is now, or what he is now. However, the mystery is quite unknown as of right now. Right now is kind of referring like a callback to the word I remembered from in Gavin's story. When you hear the entity saying that the players won't be able to witness anything in game, it all ends for you right now, and that's it. But I don't know if there's anything more to this, so I'm thinking of what to add next to that. But maybe in the future of the demo, I'll tell you. Okay, continue. I shouldn't just stay at the gravestones for too long, though. I have to look even further for more information about Gavin. Now this is where it gets interesting. Alright. Okay. Then Noah begins to set off to the forest to uncover more information about Gavin as possible. Okay, I can't show you the part of the tree, so I'm gonna have to somehow cover it up, but I will show you the note. You can see that, but the tree you cannot see. Cause I think I'm doing exactly the same thing Flush was doing, censoring some parts, I guess. Alright. You, the player, might want to know what lies within this forest, do you? Well, it's well, I'll tell you something. This forest holds the most shocking information of Gavin you could find. In that point of view, Noah will be the one to find it. Okay. Coverage, but I will say what it was. There is a rope hanging on the tree and a letter from Gavin. This might give information to why Gavin died here. Okay. Now this is the part. Dear Duffy, I have come to the realization that you don't love me anymore. And ever since I moved to this town, it's been pretty depressing. This is probably referring to. Now, if you don't remember, in the normal city, the secrets can still be found at the same area where it's located. However, in the normal elevator, different story, because if you're in Gavin's story and you went to the campfire, you see his letter appear, and I'm pretty sure. Come on, stay, KBS, stay, please stop disappearing and deleting numbers on me. See, this is why YouTube live streams are broken. Way broken than Twitch. But when I saw you, I immediately fell in love. I've tried talking to you, but every time I come out of my house to see you, I get scared. I also get blown up by you. I've heard all of your hateful words about me, and I thought to myself, hey, she only hates me right now. I just got to treat her better. But you still hate me. Poor Gavin. So I'm sorry for bothering you so much. You don't have to see my face again. It's all okay. My buddy Michael, has moved into the house. And he's a nice guy. Maybe nicer than me. This is referring to one of the NPCs in the Nova City, also that's named Michael. Now, keep in mind, I've played the game before, and I heard that Gavin's house was gone. Fun fact: what happened was it got burnt down, kind of due to what happened. But unfortunately, I don't know if that's what happened. But I'm pretty sure that's what happened. However, I'm pretty sure Michael is in a house with Sheriff right now, so I can tell what happened is unknown. Yep, you said it right. Okay. Well, I did my best to read your name. I tried. Okay. But I hope you treat him good. Cheers. Love, Gavin. I'm pretty sure everyone can get this game available on itch.io since it's free. Well, the demo is free, so I'll be releasing a full version on the same day, on October, and it will be free as well as the full as the demo. So it's gonna be a fully playable game. But the thing is, I am referencing this from. I'm trying to think of references for instead in this game, but it doesn't matter right now. Let's continue. So he left the world after being in a depressing situation? And the question is, did he ever felt that pain of dying after? And is he haunting this place? I wonder. There is an answer to what Noah said about him, but I'm afraid I can't tell you that yet. Not until we dive more deeper to the lore for some point. Now this is where it gets greater. Introducing the campfire. Remember in the normal city, this campfire was there. Yeah, when the players were setting up a campfire and hanging out, that was in the campfire story. I'll tell you that after. But anyways, yeah, a campfire can be seen at the forest. However, Noah approached to it before something comes over to tell a story to him. This is where it gets interesting. I wonder who left a campfire out here all of a sudden. Here it comes. There is a story about a boy named Gavin. Fun fact, I wrote the music for the game. So it's made to be scary. Oh my gosh. Horror games have the best OST, so I wanted to go goated with this one. So I tried to make something scary, and that's what I did for this game. Continue. He was a kind fellow that lived in the normal city. When he came here, he met someone who he loved, instantly on sight. The loved one's name is Duffy. Duffy didn't like Gavin. Gavin soon caught on that Duffy didn't love him back. He knew that every time Duffy saw him, that she would be disgusted by his face. I'm trying my best to write this right. He also got blown up a lot. Alright, so in some early versions of this, there are some grammar issues that I had to fix, and I tried fixing grammar issues in case so people can play the game perfectly, so there's no grammar issues. Some other games have grammar issues, like when I was playing Corpse Party Blood Cover VN fan game, the grammar issues were kind of leveled there. I don't think they fixed anything about the grammar here yet, so I'm hoping they'll fix it. Dang, sucks to see a game I played has grammar issues. It's alright though, because I beat in the game anyway. It was pretty fun. Recommended though. Gavin couldn't take it anymore. He wanted to end it all. My internet connection is so bad and I'm lagging every 5 seconds. Dang, Blue. So Gavin gave away his house to Michael and went to the forest. And then Gavin hung himself in that exact forest and died. This is the instance of death that happened in the Normal City. Only in the Normal City though, because, well, yeah, that's where Gavin's story began in the past, since 2014. And in 2015, he got possessed in the 2014 game, so I'm pretty sure someone who possessed him is pretty much unnamed, so there's no name of who possessed him yet, so information on him, on the possessor, will be revealed in this game, but I don't know. Tell me what, I think the devs should be continuing on the Gavin lore as much as they can, as long as Gavin's World is ready to come out. I'm excited for that though. Like, I made an explanation video talking about Gavin again, going in for more information and stuff. And in the end of the video, you see a message in the end saying, will Gavin's World come out this year? And that's it. Anyways, back to the game. One day, brave travelers arrived at this forest. They set it up a campfire and hang out. However, they plan to walk back home soon. 'Cause the houses are not so far from here. True, by the way. The houses in the Normal City weren't very far away from the players, So you can walk there because in my theory, it's very near their direction. Ways to do it. There are, but sometimes it's slow when walking, but faster when driving. So theory is that. But hey, it's the game. They kind of made things quicker here. Okay, continue. But anyways, it was getting dark out. The brave travelers were having a lot of fun. They all laugh, they all cuddle, and doing what most campers here do. They roasted marshmallows and sausages, but some of the campers, one of them, loved to tell ghost stories here. Sorry, the music is a little buggy. Yeah, it's the game. Because if I open other tabs, it kind of does that. So, yeah, something's wrong with this game somehow, but it's okay. That's just me. Continue. And then one of the campers noticed that something watching them in the distance. A mysterious, shadowy entity. A mysterious moving-like figure moving at the speed of light. That was probably... I tried to make this perfect as I can to reference the original game, but with different writing, because my messaging, my way of writing is different than the original one, so it's a different version. But if you haven't played the City, the writing is some of the words are cut off because of chat system being broken nowadays, so that's why I decided to make this game the visual novel so that it's easy to read in there than having to play Dino City all the time. So yeah, you can go here and play and just read what's going on if you want, but let's just continue, alright? But he couldn't see it at all. But the shadow can see them and hear them. What do you know? That explains a lot of how evil the evil entity can be. He knows you're here. He will spook you everywhere you go. That is the most scariest thing about this game, is the players are afraid of ghosts. True. Everyone is, except for some. Have you heard of plasmophobia? That's the fear of ghosts, by the way. Everyone who had the fear of plasmophobia already knows what that means. Fear of ghosts. Yeah, if everyone has plasmophobia here, I'm pretty sure you guys would be freaked out by ghosts. And the reason this game has ghosts is because it mentions ghosts in here. But how do you know? How do you know? Ghosts. They scare people. They are scary. They are entities like, but that's what made me want to make this game, because well, I just wanted to make it so that it's easy for the player to know about ghosts better than just having to play Roblox all the time. And you know Roblox's moderation is pretty bad too. Yeah, of course it's bad, but who cares? It's Roblox. It's what it is. And there's nothing, and no one can fix it. But yeah, it's forget. Let's just keep going, alright? But none of the campers believed him. They thought it was all just a made-up story. Keeping them, and started searching for who it is that is watching. But after a couple of minutes, he never came back. Now, in the original game it says couple of seconds, but I think minutes would sound accurate enough, but who knows. The other campers started to get confused and worried, so another one begun finding him. But after a couple of minutes, the other camper had not returned. Believe me. So one camper is left alone and scared. The one camper here is Michael, by the way. He is the one who told the ghost story. Is he? Just kidding. No, he's not. What did tell the ghost story was probably Lindsay and Jareth were both like taken. Well, they both walked away, but Michael was all alone. His own campfire is just there. there in that time of night. I feel very bad for Michael though, because he's the only camper left just to fear a ghost occurrence. Great. It's the story of Gavin all over again, but who knows? It feels kind of like Gavin's story has been unfinished for a long time, but for me, I was like, I guess I gotta have to do something random. Now, continue. They believe all he said was a joke, but one camper, alone in the dark, had decided to drive back home to make sure everything is okay. Next morning, one of the brave travelers went to visit their homes. That's that's what Michael's doing. Alright. But when he checked what was inside, he saw a corpse, lying dead, and he was terrified. He ran back to the blue house, to his bed. He was panicking and thought he was dreaming. Until suddenly, a mysterious ghost figure appeared to him, and it looked like Gavin. Gavin? Is that you? You made a mistake. I tried to think of a voice that fits for him. The narration, the possessions, you get it. There's a lot of horrifying things that happen though. Huh? Good night. No, you're gonna hear me screaming in this part because I'm gonna try to do the scream as possible. Huh? The fire just went out. Now it's so dark. I can't see anything. Huh? Okay, now here it comes. Brace yourselves for what you're gonna hear. On a count of 3. 1, 2, 3. Darn it. I thought I'll be spooked by it. I should hide before he finds me again. Is it gone? It looks gone right now. Guess I'd go head back to the gravestones to see what is new. It's written red saying, near the pink houses. Sorry, did I scare you guys? No? Okay. It wasn't a perfect scream, but I tried. I'm not good at screams. But it wasn't perfect, but it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter because I tried. Ah! I'll have to check. Near the pink house shows a buried up area. There is only one way to find out what's underneath it. Huh? It looks like a pile of dirt. I don't know if I should dig to see. I may be dead, but I'm not gone. 3792. That's the code! Have you heard in now this is what everyone remembers. This here. If you go to where the dirt is, the buried up area, and if you clicked on it and see what's underneath, you get to see a message written red. Now you get the answer. He is hinting us that there's more from him that we missed. But we'll see it in the visual novel because why not? However, the player is not doing the coding. It's Nova. He's doing it. So, I decided to make Nova the one to write down the code. But if I want to make the player version, I'll have to give you like a system where you have to type in the numbers, and then when you get the numbers right, you enter the right code to enter into the door. But if you got the numbers wrong, nothing happens. You just don't go anywhere. So I'm thinking of wanting to make a system like that and inside the visual novel, but oh well, continue. I'll make that for the player's version, but anyways, yeah. 3792. Is that a sort of code for something? I have to find out what that can lead me to. Alright. This is the part you all been waiting for. I wonder what B would be used for, but bees! 2015 of July 14th. A hotel is now opened with an entrance to a lobby with a single elevator that happens to be operated as a dimensional portal. According to rumors, the elevator is a trap, and if a player enters inside, they were never seen again, after being taken to a portal of weird and strange worlds. The normal elevator. This game was very well known for having characters like the Big Cheese and even the skeleton. Well, if you guys haven't forgotten about the skeleton NPC, that's in the old version. But yeah, Pumpkin Dude, whatever his name is, I don't remember his name. The guy with the pumpkin quoting guy, I don't remember his name. He was in the, I think he was in the game. I don't remember. I don't know why Eric added that guy. And there was Moto, the Giga Chad noob. Remember that? The Giga Chad noob? Never forget about the Giga Chad noob. Oh my gosh. And of course we have Raga Gaga Yaga. Raga Gaga Yaga. Remember that? Yeah, I remember that a lot when I was playing No Oliver. The game has a lot of funny NPCs. Some are silly, some are not. However, the NPCs are NPCs. They work the same. But there are NPCs that you can't bring in your elevator, but are mostly known to appear as only to be seen somewhere here. Like, for example, there are floors in the No Elevator that you guys don't remember. The house floor, remember in December of 2015, there is a house floor where there's this guy, this Roblox admin by the name of Jack in the Blocks, and he was saying Merry Christmas and stuff. And when you look at your right, there is Gavin just standing there at the window on your right. It's like strange how scary it could be when Gavin is there. But who knows what Gavin's doing? It's a mystery, but the mystery is Gavin is always there. No matter what game you play. Can you stop deleting my KBPS numbers? You stop deleting everything. Does my live stream hate me? Come back! Dude, something is really wrong with YouTube. YouTube is YouTube, you know what I mean? Alright, okay, let's continue. This looks awesome. I can tell this area is so popular. I wonder if there are mysteries there too. At the left where the elevator is a door with a code pad. If I remember correctly, it's 3, 7, 9, 2. Okay, it's just the same lobby. Gavin is near. Gavin is near. Gavin is ready. Gavin is ready. I tried to analyze this, but how the NPCs were starting this ritual, they all say, Gavin is near, Gavin is ready, over and over again. Like 3 times before Gavin appeared. They say it, I think I said like 2 times before he arrives, but I guess it doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead. What's going on here? I don't understand. Huh? Now, I didn't use the right background for this. This was it's supposed to be dark background. I made a mistake, I know, but it doesn't matter. It's the demo, so it's different. But hey, anyways. So Noah, over here. If the background was like this is what you know. So, what happened is, the NPCs were getting killed, and this is what's happening. So, while the background is all dark, the unknown entity appears in the darkness to kill all 3 NPCs. without Noah, but leaving Noah behind, alive in the darkness. Noah's already scared, and I can tell. But yeah. All right. Anyways, why did I come here? The lobby is now all red, and the NPCs here are all dead. The only thing left is the elevator, and Noah. And Noah hops inside. This is where Gavin's story begins. Now, this is one of my favorite parts. Referencing the original game, I tried to make this a lot better, so I tried to make my own way of Gavin's story, but the gameplay plays the same as Gavin's story. So it's going to be like you're playing the actual sub game just inside the visual novel. So yeah, this is your average way of remastering the Gavin lore a bit. But I didn't do it. I mean, I tried my best. It's not perfect, but I did what I can to make it perfect visual novel adaptation of something so spooky. That was on Roblox, I remembered. Good to know. Right, let's go. So Noah is just gonna be like this. I don't know why. Now, I remembered I made an animatic of this with Noah in it, but it's different because Noah used to look different in the animatic. But here in my visual novel, this is what he officially looks like now. It's his official outfit. Okay, continue. Do you know how long I've been waiting? Do you know what it feels like to be abandoned? To be thrown around? To be someone's ragdoll? I don't know. Do you have any idea what it feels like to love someone? And to have your heart broken by them? I don't know if I did pretty good with the voice. Well, I'm over it. I've learned it's just a part of life. I've learned being neglected is normal. I used to live a normal life in the normal city. And now what? Well, I guess I have to find out more from this ghost. Guess I have to climb up to find out. Now, I tried to perfectly make the parkour section here perfect in my way. So, as you can see, these are the rocks. I think they're different because of the way I designed them, but hey, it is what it is in this game. I tried to perfect it, but anyways, the player climbs up on it, and then they finished it. Well, this is it. I wonder what's there for me. Music cuts off. Good, because I'm trying to make things... Oopsies. My bad. The grammar issue. Okay, I got the naming wrong, but don't worry. I already know this is Noah because I made a mistake. I think I wrongfully put the characters' names in here, so it's Noah, not Gavin. My bad. Apologies for the little issue here. So I'll fix that too. Don't worry. But anyways, a room with only 4 elevators, huh?